Cheers. What's up, everybody? It's been one day since PJ turned into a bunch of ash and blew away. So, we welcome to the new show. Welcome, anybody and everybody. Make sure you gotta buckle up. Should buckle up before you drive. Not motherfucking after you start the car and you already fucking drive and accelerate. Anyway, I know not too many people are probably going to be watching this, but this is going to be the new formula, the new thing. You're going to watch me drive, and I learned what happened yesterday. Apparently I had my air conditioner on and I have my phone right in front of the fucking air conditioner, so like a dumbass I just had my air conditioner on blowing right into my phone while I was talking. So I don't have any AC on right now. UltraDanjira. I think that's a catchy new name. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you guys want. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Share this to everybody. I'm certainly gonna try and be funny. I think that's the main thing. I'm always looking for another person to cut an episode with. Actually, I'm gonna try and see if I can get my buddy Ricky and we can do a craziness. But I'm gotta retool how everything is gonna work. With PJ and I, it did work. It did certainly work. We had a very, very, very good formula going. The leaf blower. But yeah, PJ and I had a good formula in the sense that before Avengers Infinity War, we would do the countdown. We would do God damn it, there's too much traffic outside. There's hella fucking road work going on around here, so not the best for sound quality. Old formula, that's what I'm talking about. The old formula obviously was the countdown, was Avengers Infinity War hype, and I think we did contribute to the hype for sure. Also, it just struck me that it's 11 a.m. Who the fuck is going to be watching YouTube other than me at 11 a.m.? I got a weird schedule right now. I have to be at work at 9:30 p.m. tonight, and I don't know when the fuck I'm getting off tomorrow. So I kind of feel that I copped out yesterday. Is that derogatory? Can I say cop out? I don't know. I feel like I did cop out yesterday, and I only put up a 20-minute video, even though I still have somebody that fucking to this day wants me to do only 5-minute videos. I don't think it's possible for someone who loves to talk as much as I do. I don't think it's scientifically possible, but I will see what I can do. I don't know. I fucking put every single YouTube video I've ever done in public now. So a lot of shit that I'm embarrassed about is on this channel. A lot of fucking stupid skits that I thought were funny at the time. Some of them still are. Some of them still work. I think some of them still work. I think the one where I'm in my old '88 Toyota Land Cruiser, fucking trying to be like I'm on MTV Cribs, but I like was living in my car. I thought that was pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. Actually, I don't know if that one's even on there anymore. What the fuck? As I'm fucking sitting here thinking about it, I don't think that is actually on my YouTube channel. I'm getting down a rabbit hole, but I did actually write a little bit of notes. I'm not that fucking dumb. I just have to do it a little bit old school since my phone is currently being used for camera purposes. And it doesn't look like there's that much shade around here. Because again, this is supposed to be the shadiest fucking show in Pittsburgh, is my show here. UltraDanjira! Might have to change that name. Might have to change that name. Is that Asian cultural appropriation? I don't know, is it? I'm also wearing a fucking like Yakuza jacket right now, so am I culturally appropriating Asian culture? I hope not, but in 2018, folks, you can get accused for any goddamn thing. Even being a bully to your co-host. I gotta stop taking shots. That's unprofessional. No, I think PJ will come back, folks. He might come back in time for the next Avengers movie. Who knows? Who knows? I gotta find a way to catch all that ash in the sky and reform it into a PJ body. So it's gonna be a while. UltraDanjira! Konnichiwa! So I don't think I'm trying to do that necessarily to be funny. I just think I can mimic, so I can sound pretty cool. A lot of my friends think that when I start talking Japanese, I'm just making up a bunch of gobbledygook. You guys are the racists. I'm not. I know what the fuck I'm saying sometimes, because I like saying fucking words in Japanese. And shout out to my friend Eric, who was taking Japanese lessons. Fucking very envious. I would very much like to, eventually just move to Japan, honestly. Not be some douchebag Logan Paul cat, even though I do kind of fit the bill. But, nah, I actually really do dig and enjoy and appreciate and respect the Japanese people and culture. I don't mean no disrespect to nobody. Cause shit, that's all of my favorite things in life are Japanese. Well, except for like Avengers and shit like that. I think that guy just broke into that car. That's weird. We're not gonna worry about that though. Ain't gonna worry about it. Where the fuck am I going? That's why I need a co-pilot, because then I get lost. I don't know where I'm going, and I get scared. I miss you, PJ. I miss you so much. You don't even understand. I hope you're watching those. I don't think I'm making the situation any better, honestly, but when the fuck have I thought that I was ever going to make a situation better? Should we try it again? I'm going to try it again, just because my, neck's all kinked. So. Unprofessional! Ta-da! And in case you're wondering, it's a spoon now. Bitch. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these occasional gunshots or fireworks, or I think it's some weird security procedure over there by Bart that it just makes this big ass pop sound. I don't know if it's just I have no idea. If you live in fucking Pittsburgh, California, and if you go anywhere near the fucking BART station around here, there's this weird bah! Just this pop, dude. It's like a loud ass pop that fucking starts, or not starts, but it happens occasionally, intermittently, I'll say, about every 5 or 6 seconds. So listen for it. That'll be like a cool Easter egg. Oh, and look, we're gonna do my favorite ass blood owl. Look at that, son. That's even better. Took me 9 minutes and 30 seconds to figure that out. This is going to be the first other show that I'm going to try and do, which has a focus more so on Eastern Japanese stuff. Just to try and put more awareness out on that. Like I said yesterday, like I said on my last one, and I'm not going to do one every fucking day. Maybe. I might might do one every day. But I do still kind of plan on having it like once a week, I guess. I don't consider that a technical episode. I just wanted to end whatever show that we had going and address the fucking PJ in the room and or lack thereof, and then start something else today and try and do another direction. Although I do really like the idea of burning bridges. I don't know if I'm going to try and turn that into like just a fucking short story or because I like the title. The title is cool as fuck, you have to admit. Burning Bridges is a cool title. It's not a very good thing to do in your personal life, though. I will say that. Not a very good thing to do at all. And I hope there's not a couple in that car fucking in front of me, otherwise that's going to be really weird. I see like a couple of heads moving around in the back seat. I don't know. I guess this is a cool place to have sex in broad daylight? I don't know. Oh, those were the days. So I notice I'm not talking about anything constructive, and that's okay. I ain't got shit to do until 9:30 p.m., so I could stay on this motherfucker until anybody else shows up. But I don't know. I haven't even checked to see how many other subscribers that I have, but whatever, dude. I'm kind of over the whole thing. Before I fell down that other rabbit hole, the previous rabbit hole was in my other video yesterday. I feel that Marvel and Disney have made so much fucking money over this past weekend that PJ and I's job is done. It's done here. But actually, shout out to PJ if he wants to do another show that still is about the MCU. I think he should. I think anybody that watches this, anybody that wants to do another show with PJ, you guys can both turn your phones up really, really loud and then start recording, and you guys will have a great show. So I say kudos if that is going to happen. I would not be disrespected. I would not feel bad. I would feel very good that PJ's still out there, because I think he does fucking brilliant shit. I think he does good ass work. As for me, I just want to try and find something else that I feel is worthwhile. I guess at the end of the day, maybe my heart just wasn't into it, because I actually got so fucking upset to the point that I had to just kind of take a fucking walk. And as long as that walk was, I'm just like thinking of I mean, is this what I really want to be doing? Do I want to spoil and fucking review Avengers Infinity War? Not like there's 500,000 other fucking YouTube content creators doing the same exact ass thing. I guess I should take my seatbelt off. Yeah, I just, that doesn't seem that cool. I mean, maybe if I had a hot chick with me, yeah, I guess that would be a modicum fucking more interesting than, two fucking fat, ugly guys in a fucking car talking about comics. So, all right, we're gonna turn down the self-depreciating. It's a weird time. And I've had an exceptionally weird ass week, so I kind of think that I need to be a little bit more personal in this. If I still have any other fans, if I still have anybody that's like willing to listen to me on your fucking commute to work or anything else, that's cool. I would appreciate that. I mean, I don't know about anybody else that listens to podcasts, but I myself listen to at least like 4 or 5 different podcasts that are all like fucking 90 minutes long each, hour and a half. So that's, to me, 20 minutes is that's nothing, dude. Like the fucking the last episode that he and I did were with fucking an hour and a half. Now granted, that's two guys can get to a 90-minute discussion. I don't think one dude in the car is going to get to it. So I don't personally want this to be longer than like 30 minutes, and I already see myself at 15. So fuck it. I'm just going to if I haven't already caught your attention now, then I'm not going to. Take it away, PJ. I was honestly kind of debating whether or not I should make a show that, like, just enjoys or like not enjoys, but just constantly treats as though PJ is still here the whole time. He's just invisible and mute, and he doesn't say. It's like Harvey, that old movie with Jimmy Stewart. I'm not dating myself because that movie came out back before I think color was invented. So yeah, I guess PJ is just gonna be my fucking Harvey the Rabbit, fucking imaginary friend in this car. If I could at least make you laugh one time while you watch this show, I think my job is done, you know? So fucking tune out if you fucking laugh, or continue to watch some guy just obliterate into hysteria and delusions. Like, oh, I think it's good, man. I think I make train wrecks look good, if I say so myself. But let me go and do some constructive parts. This is where I look at the notes that I wrote earlier today, as a matter of fact. Well, actually, last night. Talked about Attack on Titan a bunch yesterday. Fucking... What was it? I bought the 24th volume yesterday, so I've read all 23 previous volumes, and the 2-volume series called No Regrets, which is like Levi's backstory. They turned that into an anime as well. And I've gotten 1 volume of Before the Fall, which is set 150 years, at least 100 years prior to the events of Attack on Titan, which, as you further progress to the story, you realize there's a lot of extra shit going on aside from the shit that you only watch in the show. I don't know if I necessarily want to spoil it. I will say, as someone who has been buying the manga since, you know, I saw the first season on Netflix, actually. Which, by the way, if an anime is ever done with an English dub, I'd say just watch that first, or just so that you can appreciate the story and the visuals and everything else, and not take, because I do know that I watch a lot of subtitled stuff, and I noticed the first time through I miss a lot visually, and I don't really enjoy what I'm watching to the fullest extent if I'm constantly reading as well, because you're kind of doing two things at once. So I don't know. Fucking, I'm gonna get hate mail and shit. I don't know if any other tokusatsu fan or anime fan feels the same, but dude, the only reason I really watched anime was because of Dragon Ball Z, right? And that was in English. But it, you know, I understood even when I was fucking 5 years old that Power Rangers was originally Japanese. And I think it was one of my family members that told me. I think it was my grandma, actually, that told me. My grandma knew more about fucking Power Rangers than most people today. So yeah, I always knew that Power Rangers was totally Japanese, and then that kind of gets re-edited to make it with, you know, gaijin fucking faces, and that I don't necessarily agree with. I want there to be a my language dub, just so I can fucking keep up with you, and then I'm gonna go back and then I'm gonna watch it originally. But like Dragon Ball Super, for instance, and any current Ultraman show, like there's a lot of tokusatsu stuff that's just not dubbed. You're just gonna have to fucking, you know, watch it twice. Yeah, I'd say the Attack on Titan dub itself, if you haven't listened to it, if you haven't watched that during the show, I'd say do that. It's just as good to me as Funimation's, you know, Dragon Ball fucking work. So I don't know, that might even be another. Actually, I'm gonna let Geekdom have his whole Dragon Ball thing. You can enjoy that, but to me there's not enough tokusatsu people on YouTube. Damn, we're already at 19 minutes. Got 10 more minutes to wrap this up. Yeah, so without spoiling the manga, it does hit a moment in around like 14, 15 up to like 20. It gets super, super political, where the focus is taken away from the Titans themselves, and we're focusing more so on the political climate, the socio-economical political climate within the fucking Wall Maria and all this other shit. And it starts to focus more on kind of espionage and you know, almost like a Cold War environment in a way, where Levi's having to like fucking kill other human beings and shit. They're not Titan shifters, they're not Titans themselves, they're just regular ass fucking people that are being led by a devious government. I'm gonna really try not to get political, but with Attack on Titan, I feel that you inevitably, invariably fucking come to politics as part of that story. The author's name, Hayaya, I don't even, Isayama, I think is his, keep looking at Invisible PJ and he's not answering. Hajima Isayama, something around there. I apologize. But yeah, there's like I forget the one character's name, but the bald old dude that was in the first couple of seasons of Attack on Titan. He was like based on you know, a general during World War II in Japan, and there's been actually a lot of controversy in Attack on Titan. I don't know if that many people understand how controversial that shit has been in Japan itself, and China. And I think maybe that's what I'm getting everything confused. But I'm trying to remember stories that I haven't researched for fucking 6 years when they first came out on Kotaku. But I just would suggest go to Kotaku.com and just fucking type in Attack on Titan and fucking have fun. But look, or Attack on Titan controversy, maybe. So there is a lot of stuff. Speaking of, the last volume that I read, 23, there's actually a really cool moment where there's Titans falling out of the sky, and one of them just straight up looked like fucking Donald Trump. So a motherfucker is still like, the show itself is still making controversy, although seeing Donald Trump's face is not that controversial, I don't think, at this point anymore. I don't know. I have to watch his fucking face every damn day when I'm watching the news, so you know, like, I'm used to seeing his face every day. I probably see his face in a day more than fucking his mirror does. And that's not really political at all, because you still don't know what the fuck I feel about him. Let's see. So the manga review. I do have the PS4 video game of Attack on Titan. As soon as it got to a point where you can play as Levi, I just like completed all of the I'm trying to complete all the side missions right now as Levi, because I just constantly want to play as his fucking character and just play that. So that's kind of, it's been like Levi emulator for me. Which, by the way, I'm gonna show you. These are my keys, and this is a little. See, I got my little fucking dirty ass lanyard that cost me like 15 bucks. So if you can send me another fucking Attack on Titan lanyard, I'd totally appreciate it. Well, I'm planning on going to Japantown later on during the month, whatnot. As soon as I get some extra time, me and the GF are gonna try and go down there. So I did get that one in the mail. I digress. I didn't play. I remember my buddy Ricky, who I also want to do a fucking video with, but I remember when I finally moved into my new place and I invited Ricky to come over, and like I'm like, oh look bro, I got this cool new video game. I'm playing the Attack on Titan game, and dude, the way that he reacted me playing that game after 5 minutes was almost as if I was like, hey, bruh, I got fucking a new easy bake oven, bro. You want to see me make a fucking cupcake? Like, it made it seem like I was doing like a baking simulator, how fucking bored he was when he was watching this game. But that's like me. I probably take things way too personally, but it is funny. um, it's I guess in one word to describe the Attack on Titan video game: repetitive. Repetitive. It got so repetitive to me that and after Ricky fucking just visually like just fucking shit on this game, I'm like, oh. I put it away, went back to Metal Gear Solid 5, and I swear I'm not trying to just talk about video games the whole time, but the point of the story is I hadn't played it in about fucking 4 months, and I tried getting back onto it just a couple of weeks ago. I fucking died so damn quick. I felt like fucking Armin, dude. I was just like, what? No! So now I don't know how to play the game anymore, even though I got hella good at it. So now I gotta fucking go back and get better on that. So I would recommend it. If you are an Attack on Titan fucking fan in any sort of capacity where you thought it would be cool to play in a world of Attack on Titan, the game, yeah, you feel like Spider-Man and shit. It feels good killing Titans, I will say that. Or as I like to call it, giant retarded white people. And it was like, well, we got a lot of frustrations the past 2 years out. I'm just saying. Which leads me to live action. Did you guys know there's a live action, two live action Attack on Titan films? Which brings this back further into the realm of tokusatsu. If no one else has really known this, I think I can try and actually give you some helpful, interesting advice. Not that anybody in your life is ever going to ask this information, but it's just kind of cool. If you are an Attack on Titan fan, obviously the mangaka, or the author himself, likes a lot of UFC. You know, he based the Armored Titan off of like Brock Lesnar. You know, all this shit's in the interviews in the manga themselves and stuff. But and he loves a lot of kind of Western movies. However, the reason why we have these giant, one, he said he had a nightmare of like giant naked fucking people eating people, but it actually would go back to, I'm trying to think of the year. I want to say either 1965 or 1966, War of the Gargantuas, by Ishiro Honda, special effects by Eiji Tsuburaya, who started Tsuburaya Productions, which is where Ultraman comes from and is still around to this day. You know what? Spoilers, I'm gonna finish everything that I want to talk about, and then we're gonna go. Because I know I only got 2 minutes left. And I shortchanged you. I don't want to just give you an extra 10 minutes. I want to give you possibly 40 minutes. So fucking let's extend it by 10 minutes, just because we're still fairly up here. But you know, War of the Gargantuas, which is a sequel to Frankenstein Conquers the World, or the Japanese title is Frankenstein Tai Baragon. Baragon is like a pug dog version of Godzilla that burrows and has a little fucking light up horn and big old floppy ass bunny ears. Fucking adorable. That's why he's super ass popular in Japan to this day. He's actually made like a Dragon Ball appearance in the manga shit. It's crazy. But that movie had a giant 60-foot tall radioactive Frankenstein monster. Well, it was set after dropping the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, where there's a lot of nuclear fallout. There's a lot of, just struggling people who survived. We're not even talking about the people who died. We obviously know like 600 million people died, but fucking the people that were left after that had to go through, you had lesions and abrasions on the body, you had cancer, immediate cancer. It's awful to even imagine what the fuck it was like. I think there's a novel about it's called something about 1,000 paper cranes, I want to say is what it is. It's like the real, is it a real, maybe, I believe it could be the real memoirs of someone who survived the dropping of either Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Both obviously happened roughly at the same time, but the origin of the Frankenstein monster is, the heart of the Frankenstein monster was transplanted from Germany to Japan via submarine. They broke into Frankenstein's laboratory and stole the heart. So you can kind of tie it into the Hammer films and make it like a long lost Hammer film sequel to the Frankenstein movies, starting with like The Curse of Frankenstein and going with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. Like that's kind of personally what I like to do. It's like, dude, that's like the last real Frankenstein movie in the Hammer universe, is when he fucking gets the Frankenstein monster's heart carried over into Japan. However, right before that is the dropping of the bombs, so it liquefies mass population. One of the survivors is a little Japanese boy who winds up coming across it and eating it. Then it is digested in his system and mutates and evolves him into this weird reincarnated radioactive Japanese Frankenstein monster. Yeah, I can't fucking do a better job of that. That's just how it is. He winds up fighting a monster who's killing and eating a bunch of people. The Frankenstein monster, Giant Frankenstein, doesn't eat people. Baragon does. But nobody knows Baragon's a real thing because he burrows underneath the ground. So as soon as you see, oh, there's a giant monster, everyone blames him. Kind of like the same, Boris Karloff, pitchfork scene towards the end of the original Frankenstein, and then like Bride of Frankenstein and shit. So there was kind of cool little homages to that. But at the end of that movie, the true end of that movie, is he breaks the neck of the giant monster dinosaur, throws it into the earth in a chasm, and approaches a lake where a giant fucking octopus comes around a mountain. It didn't even start in the lake. It fucking came around the mountain and it started attacking the giant Frankenstein monster. Then they fell into a giant lake, which is freshwater. It's not saltwater, so it's a giant freshwater fucking I guess its lung, it's normally an octopus tiny lung is extremely tiny. But giant octopus lungs, I guess you can survive at a mountain range and live in freshwater if you're a giant motherfucking octopus. But needless to say, that's how the movie ended. It's like, oh, all right, cool. The sequel is War of the Gargantuas, or War of the Frankensteins. The Japanese title is Sanda versus, or Tai Gaira, Children of Frankenstein, where it's in the fucking, in the show, in the movie itself, they constantly refer to these things as Frankensteins, where there's one Frankenstein who is kind of like a Yeti, or the Abominable Snowman, and it's just the brown one, Sanda, is living in the snow. But then there's the green one who lives in the ocean called Gaira, who's one of my personal top 5 to top 10 favorite giant kaiju of all time is fucking Gaira, dude. It's an amazing, awesome movie. But the War of the Gargantuas is essentially the basis in a lot of the similar visual aesthetics as Attack on Titan. Because Gaira would be the not cannibalistic one, but it would be the carnivore, and Sanda was a herbivore. So Sanda would just eat roots and berries and fucking shit like that, or maybe would just eat cows and stuff, But Gaira would literally run into fucking Tokyo and just start grabbing people and just be like, nah, and just fucking eating everybody up, spitting out, fucking sneezing out like clothes and shit. It was fucked up. He's like. And it's like a bunch of the clothes hit the pavement. There's a song called The Words Get Stuck in My Throat that I'm not going to embarrass myself trying to reenact, but I do love singing this song. Watch War of the Gargantuas, just so you can kind of see where Attack on Titan got a lot of stuff of giant humanoid cannibals eating mass groups of people. There's a lot of similarities to Gaira, and because again, it came out in the '60s, and you know, Hajia Isayama should definitely have watched that movie as a kid, either in the theaters or the drive-in or you know on TV when he was growing up on cable in Japan. But that motherfucker saw that movie, and that's where a lot of their, you know, especially Aaron's Titan form or the Attack Titan. Yeah, the 9 Titan shifters. Actually, there's 9 Titan shifters, and they all have individual names. So that's so as far as spoilers go for all I'm saying. But I was trying to talk about the live action movie, which came out, I believe, in 2014, 2015, right around there. Because Shin Gojira came out in 2016, and the same director of special effects and you know, Unit 1 director, screenwriters and stuff, the same ones that worked on the 2 Attack on Titan live action movies worked on Shin Gojira. And that's a whole nother fucking deal. But it's kind of cool to see a live action version of Attack on Titan done in the same process of tokusatsu in the 1960s, where you had War of the Gargantuas. And that would be a cool double feature. Watch War of the Gargantuas and then watch the Attack on Titan live action film. And listen to the dub. I'm going to be fucking assassinated if anybody ever hears me and they're like, what? You don't want to listen to the Japanese? Just not first. Just not first. Eventually, sure. If I have to, I will. But if I can listen to it in English first, please let me listen to it in English first. Just so I could fucking emerge, and I'm probably going to get into a whole nother debate as to whether or not, well, is the script for the dub accurate to the script in the Japanese? Is there certain things that got lost in translation? Well, I don't fucking know. That's why you watch both, okay? I'm so hostile. I'm sorry for being so hostile. I miss you, PJ. Not your smelly butt, though. It stinks. Still kind of stinks. Yeah. I kind of hated the live action Attack on Titan movies the first time I saw them. However, I saw them on a phone. Don't watch it on your phone. Watch it, you know, try and watch it on either a laptop or a fucking monitor or an actual TV, you know. Actually, I would love to eventually get a like LED fucking HD projector. I gotta get a new phone first, and then I can get one for my phone. But I would love to get a little projector that I can mount with my phone, and just get like a big ass white like bed sheet and put it on like the sides of some walls and just like have cool fucking kaiju posters. Like where I'm at right now, like we can do it on the side of the freeway. And I mean, it's not gonna be looking into the I don't know. That's just kind of a cool idea. Because I used to legit watch my dad's Super 8 fucking, not Super 8. I think it's probably whatever this, what, 80 millimeter or 8 millimeter. Because I know there's different sizes of the reels, and I'm all over the place at this point. But I do remember watching like little fucking Super 8 movie projectors with my dad. And I just think it's awesome that we have an updated version. Fucking, I don't know. Who knows if anybody else wants to watch giant monster movies streamed in Pittsburgh somewhere. I won't fucking charge. I'll just fucking... I definitely have to fucking have like a baseball bat or something like Negan. Fucking... make sure nobody steals my damn phone, bro, in Pittsburgh. See, I don't even want to do it now in Pittsburgh. Hood rat ass Pittsburgh, bro. Wow, I actually even wrote lanyard down in my Attack on Titan notes. Speaking of, there was a season 3 trailer, and this is going to be the questionable season, where if you've been on board with the show for 2 seasons, fucking dope. But that's like a good chunk of dope shit. Now you're kind of, it's like it's not as bad as the Star Wars prequels of like political intrigue, and I think they are going to make a little bit more action packed, but it's going to be cool. And you get a bunch of new weapons. The new weapons in Attack on Titan are sick as fuck. I'm gonna skip Godzilla. We're gonna do another one with that. Ultraman, I talked a lot about. I think the only actual news is if anybody has not seen Ready Player One yet, which is this guy, and I already went past 40 minutes, whatever, fuck you. I'll do an hour. I'm gonna do an hour every fucking week, bro. Nobody watches this shit anyway. I hope that's not true. I hope I'm a little bit interesting enough to fucking keep going. Yeah, no, I haven't seen Ready Player One yet, because just in the hype of all these other fucking giant monster movies. Because, yeah, it came out right around the time Pacific Rim Uprising, which still hurts my heart. And Rampage, which is dog shit, as we all know. Those two came out because I still want to see Isle of Dogs and Ready Player One. Those are the only two movies that I really want to see, and I hope I can see one of them today. Because again, I don't have to be at work until fucking 9:30, so I'd probably choose Ready Player One just out of the whole thing. I know that Mechagodzilla's in that movie, and I've seen what Mechagodzilla looks like. I think it's not my favorite Mechagodzilla design, but it's cool that they made a new one. So that's kind of cool. It did kind of remind me of South Park, though, with Mecha Barbara Streisand. Like that whole fucking South Park really kind of skewered certain kaiju for me, just because I watched that when I was a kid. So I didn't understand the parody idea of it. I just thought like, oh, giant just like the fucking Dexter's Lab episode where Dexter and Dee Dee fucking turned into giant kaiju in the city, and like I loved that shit. Fucking I liked Powerpuff Girls just because they fought giant monsters sometimes, and it was free. There's like an episode, was it Steve the Giant Monster came from Monster Island and shit? Like, what the fuck can you not love about that? But yeah, why I was bringing up Ready Player One and Mechagodzilla was always going to be in Ready Player One. Is the novel is fucking way more ham than the movie is. And a lot of it is because of licensing rights. A little bit of the video that I was telling you guys yesterday about was the Chayo versus Subaraya lawsuit that was just won by Subaraya themselves earlier last month. That maybe if that lawsuit had happened prior to the Ready Player One movie, we would have gotten Ultraman in Ready Player One. But it was the fact that all the licensing and distributing rights were in fucking disarray between Chayo and Subaraya that, you know, there's nothing that can get done really aside from a couple of things on Crunchyroll. But the fact that Crunchyroll is streaming, it's a little bit you know what I'm saying? Like it's easier because Crunchyroll's more of a Netflix, it's more of a service, just like the Godzilla anime, for instance, on Netflix. I mean, as long as you're paying for Netflix, you can fucking watch that movie. But even then, they might take that shit down one day. Actually, since it's an exclusive, I don't think they're ever going to take that down. But I want the Blu-ray, right? I want like a fucking steelbook version of that movie. So it's that stuff, and it's like merchandising that gets fucked over. So in Ready Player One, you did have like Mazinger Z, you had Ultraman, you had the Iron Giant is what replaced Ultraman, which not the same, but they kind of have the same like fin and the weird eyes. So that's kind of a bummer, because it would have been cool to see Ultraman versus Mechagodzilla with like a Gundam, and then fucking it just, the more the merrier for me. But like I said yesterday, there's no news about it, there's no official, but just as a fan, to know that Subaraya won the license back to their brand. They've always wanted to, actually there was a process that they even tried to start. I don't remember it ever turning into it, but it was an article I read on Sci-Fi Japan, where like Tsuburaya themselves would film something where it would kind of be able to take off like the hands and faces of all the characters in the show and be able to replace them with fucking American Western actors, or English speaking, at least English speaking actors. Would be like a whole different way. They planned on that because Ultraman Tiga was on Fox Kids, or the Fox box, way back when, definitely about 10 years ago. But they dubbed it, so everyone was Japanese in the show still, and the dubbing was fucking terrible. It was pretty bad. That's the thing. If you're gonna dub something, try and do it fucking right. Don't try and shit on the material as you're dubbing it, because I know that there's like in the fucking first episode, there's like when Golza and Melba show up in Ultraman Tiga, and fucking Melba's this giant kind of condor looking kaiju, and when it like showed up on Easter Island, the commander was just like, oh, that looks like my ex-wife, and you're like, that's just as bad as fucking the Godzilla 2000 crap through a goose fucking line. All right, don't be cute with the material. You already have the material, just work with it, don't work against it, which I guess is something you can say about myself. But that being said, I really hope with the failure of Pacific Rim and with the victory of Tsuburaya, we may get the motherfucking, I mean, it wouldn't technically be live action because we all know it'd be a CG Ultraman, which there is a cool trailer of that Tsuburaya did themselves. I think it was for like the 60th anniversary. It's like 60th anniversary, where it's like a 4-minute trailer. They use the original 1966 theme song with like the kids singing the fucking. There's a lot of different cuts of the different songs you can hear, but that's the original one. Is when you can hear the original 1966 Ultraman theme song as he's fighting a pre-existing monster, Zaragas, which is a recycled Gamora costume. So that's kind of my stint. I will now go into another section, and we're not going to go into the second pages of notes because I feel like this is going to work. So there's only a couple of different topics that I want to talk about. Yeah, we're not gonna go. We're not gonna try and go personal. Okay, it's not gonna happen. Right. Okay. Moving on. Moving right along. Before I get, damn it, and I forgot the postcard. I'm sorry, I even forgot the name too. Damn it. Well, I'm gonna keep making this show, so I will eventually. I think her name is Lorraine. I want to say it's Lorraine. Ugh. I want to give a shout out to, because I just was there, I spent like $130 there, just on fucking Japanese vinyl fucking toys. Sometimes they're not even action figures. They can only like move like the arm a little bit, you know. It's not like an action, but yeah, if you guys, you know, have kids that, God forbid, don't watch this show, or do, you can have a weird relationship with a parent. That's fine. Not that weird, though. Damn it. I always have to bring it there. I did do that a lot just to piss off PJ. Damn. Oh, man. You guys got to start giving me a campaign of, like, trying to patch things up together. It's like if Abbott and Costello broke up. You kind of don't want to watch just, you know, Abbott in the car fucking shooting up heroin. Jesus, this keeps getting dark. Okay, so we're at 49 minutes. This is not going to go more than an hour. Fuck, I keep going sidetracked, and I keep waiting for fucking this guy over here to fucking say something, and he's not. Kimono My House. Kimono, like the you know, like the robe, kind of, right? Come On My House, which actually it's a fucking name of an album. And I know that it probably, because if you Google "Come On My House," you're gonna find like it's the name of a song and it's the name of an album. So I think that's where it came from. And I don't know. I don't think it was the Beatles, but it was like, yeah, I gotta listen to that song. But anyway, it's not just the name of an album from a '70s pop band, but it's a fucking awesome place. It's one of the last remaining pillars of tokusatsu in Northern California and North America. It's I don't know if I ever talked about the store before, but I'll just do a brief little excerpt. But there is okay, I remember. I never said this on camera before, but I have said this story. I'm gonna try and do it really brief. But there's a very sweet, knowledgeable young lady named Susan who starred as a reporter in 1989 Godzilla vs. Biollante, right? So I think that as the story or the legend goes, is when she was involved in that, she fell in love with Godzilla. She fell in love with tokusatsu, Japanese special effects films. Possibly already had an affinity for certain anime and things like that, like Kimba the White Lion, or anything that kind of came out around the '70s and stuff. But once being involved, I can only imagine how passionate she was, because she came back to Emeryville and opened up this really cool, it's not even just a toy store, but it's more of like a community. The last time that I was there, like I said, was just the other week, and it was the one good thing to happen that weekend. I will say that. So I will say that, like, always, whenever I go there, I've been going there since I was a baby, dude. Since I was a baby, and the actual physical location has moved around so much through, not so much through the years, but I think they've had at least 2 to 3 different locations. Because rent's a fucking bitch in the Bay Area, dude. Like, it's a miracle that they're still somewhere. I don't care if they're not the same building anymore, but they used to be on this really tall kind of apartment complex still. And it's just, I have so many awesome memories over there. But yeah, for ever since 1990 something, they've been it's probably even been longer than that, honestly. I don't even really truly know like the origin, but I just, from what I've been told, that's kind of how I've remembered it. So apologies if it's not cool enough. I don't know. I hope I did the secret origin of Come On My House justice. But yeah, there's also a wonderful young girl over there named Lorraine, I believe. That is a fantastic artist, huge Kamen Rider fan too, and it was so cool. We talked about Devilman and we talked about Kamen Rider, and it was so fucking cool to talk about all this stuff with someone that's just as excited about it as I am, because for a long time, there might even be a lot of people on this that are just like, I'm not an Attack on Titan fan, I'm not a Godzilla fan, you just lost a subscriber, sorry. Whatever, dude, do what you fucking want to do, but to me at least, it's cool to know that I can go to a toy store and not just buy the shit that I want to buy and fucking feel accomplished to own more awesome Japanese toys, but to have a really nice conversation with really nice people. I promise I will plug her on another show. That sounded bad. You know what I mean? Plugging your art. That is what I mean. Fucking A. And we have about 5 minutes left. I know what time is. Talking about Japanese toys and fucking Ultraman, this and that. I want to do my own show live action tokusatsu version of Redman, who's not the Wu-Tang member, but not just the Wu-Tang member, but also doubles, I guess, as a kaiju killer. It's a like all red superhero that looks, you know, very astonishing like Ultraman. And it's the show itself, we're only supposed to be like little 5 minute, 2 to 5 minute episodes. So eventually I'm only going to be 5 minutes long, but it's going to be with toys and not me, I promise. But that's a project that I'm writing, and I'm right now awaiting the Redman action figures. So I'm going to try and do a live unboxing when I hopefully get them. However, it's starting, like, I think I ordered it, oh God, so it's May, April, March. I think it's roughly around March. So it's been about 3 going on 4 months since I ordered it, but the manufacturer, it's like HAF Evolution Toy. They're trying to do old tokusatsu like Zone Fighter and Fireman, Redman, Jumborg Ace, Jumborg 9, all these old school, maybe even Triple Fighter, I don't know, these old school Tsuburaya Kyodai heroes. Kyodai is like a giant Japanese superhero. So yeah, so there's been production delays and stuff like that. So my girlfriend's getting hella mad about it because this is like $150 fucking dollars, dude, for a fucking toy that's like that big. And I just read a review the other day that said as soon as they took it out of the package, his fucking arm fell off. So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm really stressed about that. I'm gonna try and find more information and whatnot about that, and that's gonna be an ongoing thing, because like I said, I want to eventually get to a point where I'm cutting episodes and I'm putting episodes of an actual legit fucking show that's gonna be for free. So I don't hope anyone's gonna fucking be like, oh, you can't be a content creator and use your action figures and make a show because those action figures are licensed characters. But I would love to kind of have a companion piece to project that I'm really looking forward to, that's releasing later this month, May 25th, I believe, in Japan first. However, it's going to be a bilingual manga / comic book. So there's going to be Japanese text, but then there's going to be English text right next to it, where I think is fucking brilliant. And that's how any, you know, Japanese character should move forward, is just having that straight up. But there's going to be a Redman comic. I think it's a two volume comic series that's done by Matt Frank. Redman just fucking murdering a bunch of superheroes, and I'm really excited for that. And I wanted to get my Redman action figure and my Redman manga so that I can be like, oh, because I want to read the manga and get more ideas for the show that I want to do. Because I think as long as we get more Redman, that's the main thing. Watch your nuggets. Anyway, if there's any legit Redman fans, you might understand that. So that's cool. I think I did everything that I wanted to do. I didn't even touch on my Godzilla notes or Kamen Rider, and yeah. But we're getting to be an hour long, and I don't know if you've watched thus far, and if you're continuing to watch this new endeavor, thank you, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sorry if I pissed off PJ. I'm sorry if fucking I hurt his feelings. I'm sorry if he pissed me off and hurt mine. I don't know. Hopefully it works out. I don't really have any negative vibes. I just don't want anybody to have fucking their goddamn phone on loud when we're in the car writing a script 30 minutes or less prior to the fucking episode being shot. So if I talk to you like a parent and if I demanded it, I'm sorry if I'm fucking trying to be, you know, professional and just to the point. I don't mean to be a total fucking douchebag, but yeah. I plan on this show keep going. Like I said, I got work. Today is Thursday, so We're going to, I'm going to wipe the tears out of my eyes. Fucking, yeah. I'm going to try and see you next Thursday. Peace, bitches!